Now several predefined variables in PHP are superglobals, which means that they are always accessible regardless of their scope, and you can access them from any function, class or file without having to do anything special. So these super global variables can easily accessible throughout our PHP file. Now there are 9 type of super global variables. First one is global, then we have server, then we have request, then files, and then session, and thereafter we have env environment. And you can see, except for just one variable of globals, all of these variables start with the dollar and then underscore sign. Now these are the 6 variables that we called super global variables. Now there are 3 most important variables that use in PHP in tremendous amount of places. Now the 3 most important super global variables are get, post, and cookies. Now before jumping into these 3 variables, first let's see our global variables. This one. Now by using super global globals variable, PHP also store all global variables in an array called globals index. The index holds the name of the variable. This array is also accessible from within function and can be used to update global variables directly. The example on the screen is the example of our globals variable, in which we have variable of x, then y, then in the function of myTest, we are just adding these 2 variables into the same variable of y, and we are using these x and y local variable inside of our function. So let's see it in our editor practically. Now I have this file of super global variables. So let's paste some super global globals code, in which I have variable of x and y, and inside the function of addition I'm using globals index to add our global index of x and global index of y. So by using globals, I don't have to make our variables global inside our function. And on the line 16, I'm just calling my function of addition and echoing our echo of result, that is saving in our z variable inside globals index. Now let's save this and seeing it in browser. We have this file of super globals. See, now we have our 100 here. So by using super global globals arrays index variable, you can put your variable in the form of arrays index. Now if you want to see the inside structure of this global super global variable, then you can just simply print r, saving this one out. Let's add br tag here. Now it has given us the structure of our super global globals variable. Until now we are not familiar with the highlighted code, so let's see it from here. We have the value of 75 in our x variable, then we have 25 in our y variable, and we are adding these 2 values in our z, 100, and on the next line we have the value of 100 that belongs to our line number 19 statement. Now just a moment ago I told you there are 3 most important super globals that fulfill user request on web. First one was get, then we have post, and at last we have cookies. So the post super global variable is used in our web forms in standard contact us form on our web, that is used to collect data from user and send on to our server for the further processing. Now the most common example of get variable is URLs and links, how the user search on a web and how the links on the web browser be formed. And the last most important variable is cookies that give user result by his previous track. Now we are going to look into these 3 most important super globals variables in details in upcoming movies. So just hang in there.